I don't know if I should have attempted going to the Red Lantern District first, or if I should have just been like, nope, have to pick one. I don't fucking believe this. Ooh, look at Madame Zora. Mr. Sykes, I demand that you lower your voice while in my establishment. What did Beeman say to you? A warning, that's fair play, but this... Beatrix is none of your concern. You violated house rules with her. Let me talk to B. Mr. Sykes, you are hereby banned from services at the Velvet Rose for a period of 1 month. You may return after the expiration of said ban, and you can receive your partial reimbursement at the front desk. I don't care about the money. This is your last warning, Sykes. You have 10 seconds to leave before I call my enforcers. Christ alive. Alright, fine. I'm moving, but this is her shite. Yeah, mark me. I'm doing my best to do the most ridiculous voices for some of these characters. Scenes from distant lands. I often dreamed of other places while working at the Rose, but to be reminded of them like this never sat right with me. Artemis, of all people. Okay. The virgin goddess Artemis, twin sister of Apollo, here in repose. I do know Artemis well. We are a polymath. Hera forbade Artemis's mother Leto from giving birth on the mainland or in islands, and she was angry at Zeus for impregnating Leto. But Leto found succor on Delos, where she bore the twins. Tooth powder? Can I brush my teeth first? Streaks of fragrant tooth powder cling to the faucet handles. Perhaps left by a client, but more likely a worker. If only the Johns kept up their rituals like we do. Alright. Can I... No, we gotta go this way. I want to follow Madame Zora, but I'm also curious about back in here. The luxury booth. Someone discarded a few loose coins here. Waste not, want not. Let's go. Okay. Music is very quiet. And a lot more quiet in here than I would expect, but it's also more cheery than I would expect. We'll follow Madame Zora later. Let's see what's going on in here. Oh, somebody's actually playing it. It's not just a radio. It's Lou. That's Lou. Looks like she's sloshed, which is unfortunately not an infrequent state for her. Oiled up at this time of day, Lou. Dare I inquire as to the occasion? Ah, you know how it is, Clara. Let's see.
You know how it is, Clara. Life's nasty, brutish, and short, and then you die, so you might as well make the most of it.
True enough that.
Might die sooner rather than later, what with this courtesan killer picking off working girls like us. I won't lie, the notion has me proper afeard.
Content or better. Hey, we are at least content. We look after our own. Zora won't let anything happen to us.
Oh, aye. She'll do what she can, but she isn't being a controlling stick in the mud.
Uncharitable, but fair. What's your take on all this courtesan killer business?
I knew one of the girls I did. Hannah Lynn's her name was. She used to work here, but she moved on ages ago.
That's right, I remember her. A nice enough sort.
Before she was killed, she was working as a doll, as far as I know, which is more than I can say for all the victims.
Working girl like us, even to the bitter end.
You know how them bobbies are. Anyone sleeping rough or up to their eyeballs in gin was probably up to all else too. It's all the same to them. Hey, Silva.
Any plans for this evening, Lou?
Nothing special, but I am looking forward to your performance tonight, Miss Reed.
Stop it. Nothing I haven't done before.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. You got that look about you.
Okay, we're trying to play it off. Ooh, he succeeded. That was like a 50-50 shot. Don't be silly. You're in your cups, darling. I don't think I've ever heard the phrase in your cups.
You're right. I'm sure. I must be imagining things.
Maybe lay off the bottle a titch, Lou.
Clara, I couldn't possibly. Otherwise, how would I tickle the ivories with such natural ease?
Best be on my way. Till tonight, Lou.
Till tonight, Clara. Zora was looking for you. She's in her office upstairs.
Anything else we can... Gonna look at the piano. A grand piano by the German designer Steinweg. Shipped all the way from New York City. This is what she'd been drinking.
She'd been drinking the cider.
Bottle sweating, must have been recently served. But then abandoned. Perhaps this patron was struck with a more salacious craving. Let's go check out this other... Is this another... Oh no, this is Athena. A rendition of Athena, one of Zeus's many daughters and goddess of wisdom, poetry, and strategy. Alright. That looks like there's somebody in here. Perhaps the client in this room is in fact Dr. Wainwright. Aside from that blindfold, he looks to be dressed like a physician. But I can't confirm without speaking to him directly. That mightn't be worth the risk. I'd better mark the window before he catches me in here. Okay. I must assume that our client here is Dr. Wainwright, of course. I would know for sure without speaking to him. Taking too long. Hang on. No, I want to talk to him. Ah, nurse, good you're here. I've been waiting very patiently. My, what a sight. Seem he's hired one of the dollies to be his nurse for today. I hope you've scrubbed in, my dear. For today's practice, I will employ a new experimental technique. It is not without risk, but it is the patient's only chance for survival. So, he is both physician and patient? Apologies, Doctor, your nurse should be... Excuse me, but she's not prepared just yet. Of course. I understand. Honesty and patience are important in the field of medicine. Don't mind waiting. Well, that was a close one, but at least I've confirmed the client, Dr. Wainwright. No question about it. Okay. Confirmed, then I feel okay to mark the window. Yep. We have gained temperance. We are secretive. Nice. Alright. Ivana, do your work. Do your work, Ivana. I don't actually know if this is the direction I'm supposed to go, but I'm gonna say no, because it looks like this is more like a hangout for the dollies. A fetching first impression is important. The screen is good for a bit of privacy in a pinch. Scratches dot to the desktop. Sometimes we need to reflect after a night's work. Or write a letter home. Here's where all the dollies leave other notes about the Johns Wall of Fame, huh? Here it says, Felipe is a Spaniard and a chatterbox who works as a fishmonger at the wharf. He unfortunately comes straight here after work. Ugh. Lou describes Mr. Sykes as strong but gentle. There's a caution about some character calling himself Sucker Jones. He gets a bit rough at times, and Zora even had him thrown out. But he splashes enough tin around that she let him back in. Sounds like bollocks to me. More about Sykes. Never fusses about payment, treats you more like a sister than a trick, except for the actual transaction, of course. Wins for popularity. It's a wonder the girls don't brawl over who gets him for the night. I wonder what else the girls have been saying lately. Let's see. Dr. Wainwright. Fussy and specific client. Good time when you get it right. Avoid Mr. Daly when he's in his cups. Oh, they're talking about Atticus. Let's see. Sykes, misplaced watch. Reward to Dolly that finds it. Haven't seen Suri in some time. Perhaps she's seeing someone. Wow, there's a lot. That Frenchman sneaks you brandy wine or Sobranese tonight, Lou. I want a cut. I also complained to Madame Zora. Philippe, go fetch Ariana if she isn't already tending to him. Ariana. Riley Jones plate, kind, pays well, highly recommend. Oh my god. Jeebus, there's so many. Oh, tell her. Sweet fellow, but don't bring up cider with him. It'll make him want to talk unendingly about it. Okay. Clean, functional furniture. Zora may not splurge on pieces for the back of the house, but at least she recognizes that keeping her girls happy is good for business. Someone left... I'll take it. Old lace perfume. Let's go. It's mine now. Looks to be free of stains. Good. Madame Zora hates it when one of us dozes off with our makeup on. Oh. Wait. No. Hello? How do I get in here? There's a flask in the bathroom. We always keep a flask of laudanum on hand for dollies who have trouble sleeping. We'll take it. Just taking everything. Don't mind me. Well, I guess... Yeah. We go this way? Hey, Wendy. Or not? Question mark. Oh, that doesn't go through. I can't walk through the curtains. Must be further this way then? Trying to find Madame Zora. Where is she? Ah. There's another door here. Is this her? Yeah. Cup of tea. It's gone cold. Madame Zora didn't finish her morning cup of Earl Grey. Yes, madame. Here is Madame Zora. It appears she is lost in thought, perusing the titles in her small office library. Her grim aesthetic belies a fiercely protective heart. She is shrewd and a strict ship runner. Clara, at last, a semi-competent face. At current moment, she seems intensely tired. Let's go with tact. Difficult morning? Good morning to you, too. You're looking particularly wary today. Anything that bodes ill for Zora bodes ill for me. The last thing I need is complications this close to my departure. Could you see your way to getting one of our esteemed colleagues out of a bind? Someone has once again disobeyed the house rules for the sake of lining her pocketbook. Pray tell whichever ladies is in trouble. As you have no doubt gathered, it's Beatrix. Per Mr. Sykes' request, she failed to tie a ribbon round the sheep. Ribbon round the sheep? Make use of... Oh... And has requested some pills to balance her menses after last night's encounter, if you take my meaning. It's always Beatrix. Oh no. Oh no. Saints above, I'm sick to death of pushy clients. Alright, I assume the usual place will suffice. Gray's apothecary would have what Beatrix wants. That is a sling and a half. Wow. Is it always Beatrix? We don't know. We'll go to Gray's apothecary, yeah? Indeed, here's the chemist's note. And if you're feeling particularly generous, she's also requested a delivery of Nandy's peanut candy. I'll get the medicine. We'd always need to stick together. I might see my way to helping out a friend. And what with such an generosity? We dollies need to stick together. It's true. Let's go like middle of the road here. It isn't your responsibility, but I would be thankful for it. We've quite the evening ahead of us. Popular as our co-worker is, she's a diva through and through, and it might be prudent to ensure she's in high spirits. Let's go with intuition. We actually haven't gotten a lot of options to up our intuition, even though that's like the archetype we picked. So let's go with intuition. If I keep her content for the evening, there we go. Then perhaps it is worth the detour. Indeed, whatever you choose is fine with me. Oh, and be a dear and pick me up a box of sweets from Pavel Gerard. He'll be at his pinfold in Saurus Square. What candies do you mean? Oh, the French ones. I don't remember the name. I acquired quite the sweet tooth when I lived across the channel. Pavel knows what I want, and don't worry about money. I'll pay him when I do my shopping. Well, I don't want to say if I have time. I don't mind getting the candies for her, so I spent some time in France. I lived in Paris for a time. The French have such an élan style. Whatever the task or chore, they're always smoking a cigarette, and for them everything seems effortless. Did you live in Paris? No. Le Havre. Lavre. This would be Lavre? What? How is it Le Havre? Because this should go away and the H is silent. Lavre? City in France to the northeast of Paris. I have to look this up. And many other stops on the road from here, from Bruslavia. Ooh. I was a bit of a wanderer when I was younger, but Lavre was where I fell in love with the seashore. Hey, Tenji. Yeah, is it actually Le Havre? Is that how it's actually spelled in France? That's very interesting. It is. It's major port city in the Normandy region of northern France. But I am correct in Lavre. Lavre seems like I think based on this pronunciation guide, I think I'm correct. I've never seen this is a thing you don't do. You don't put vowels next to H's in front of H's. Despite spending so much of my life on the road, there's always more to see. Oh, well, we say it anyway. We'll fetch our candies too. Now then, you look like you have something on your mind. Anything else you wanted to talk about? Best not mention of my travel plans. This evening will run smoother if I keep myself in her good graces, and I haven't yet a read on what her reaction might be. Let's ask out the courtesan killer, though. What do you think about the courtesan killer business? You have a sharp mind, and you've been in the trade longer than I have. Vile business that, though hardly unprecedented. Devana knows there are plenty of animals in the city that try to prey on us now and again. You didn't remind me to close ranks and protect our own. Why leave the bodies in such a state? Let's go. Yeah, we stick together. Don't gotta remind me. That it does. I'll not forgive what was done to poor Hannah anytime soon. Hannah was found brutalized on Cannock Street not a month past. She was once a fellow worker here at the Rose some years ago. Miss Reed, may I speak to you in confidence? Oh, shit! In confidence? Oh, we got another 12 cups. Let's go. Of course, Madame Zora. I've seen marks like this in my days before I came to London. Brutal killing such as those that now haunt us. Perhaps we are not looking at the work of a person, Miss Reed, but that of a werewolf. Something in her tone strikes me as off. Perhaps it is nothing more than the unsettling memories. She may have cause for her suspicions, but then why the targeting of dollies? Are we inherently vulnerable because we so often deal with strangers? Yes. Yes. Or might all this paranoia boil down to coincidence? Nah. We good. It would be easy to blame werewolves given the state of the bodies, but we must not let our prejudice to inform our actions. Good statement. As you say. I should get a move on. I'll be back with Beatrix's medication in 2 ticks. See to it that you are. Plenty left to do before your performance tonight. And Miss Reed, I didn't tell you, but all the same, don't let the bobbies stop you once you have the medicine in hand. Wouldn't dream of it, Madame Zora. I turned to make my way only for Zora to abruptly stop me with a tense hand on my shoulder. Take heed, my dear. Once you have the medicine, come straight here. Legal or not, those pills are more than enough probable cause for the coppers to apprehend a woman such as you. I'll be back soon with the medicine for Beatrix. Okay, so get the medicine last, is what you're telling me. If I want to do any of the other... And if I want to do any of the other stuff for people, I need to get the medicine last. Okay. Let me look. Gosh, we got temperance now. Let's go. What was it? I wanted to look at my. Oh, we can still talk to Dolores. We can talk to Dolores still. Maybe we should go do that first. Well, I think we figured out it was Ariana. That, we fed the dog. Okay, we're finished with the journalist scoop. We don't have to do anything else. So doing this quest will lock in a plot event. Yeah. I do like that they're very clear about this stuff. Oh, hey, Beatrix. Before me stands Beatrix Aguirre. Madame Zora attracts her most profitable girl each month, and Beatrix and I are often neck and neck. I've never been one to puff my feathers over how many Johns I tip a month, but there's nothing wrong with some friendly competition.
Oh, Zora said she would send someone trustworthy to fetch my pills. Going off that sour look on your face, I assume she picked you.
Indeed. Someone's got to be reliable around here, I suppose.
Right then, fetch away. Or did you need a moment of my time?
Tell her a rumor about her shoes? Sure. Would you like to hear the latest rumors surrounding you and your shoes? I'm a wretched woman for reviling in her furious yet conflicted glare.
I haven't heard any rumors.
I have. Well, most of us are used to your quirks by now, but it'd seem Prudence isn't. She claims that she witnessed you using the communal bathtub in the usual way, save for still wearing your boots.
Prudence is a half-blind half-wit, and I'm lady enough to know it's quite rude to indulge in rumors, but it appears the same could not be said for you.
Oh, it was just a bit of ribbing. It was just a prank, bro. She shoots me a terse look while defensively crossing her arms. This conversation is over whether I like it or not. Sure thing. Alright. So, let me... Okay, we got stuff to do. We must travel by the train. Beggars Lane. Just casually workplace bullying, I know, right? Shall we see what the wide world of London has to offer? Daylight's a wasting. And I need to fetch those pills for Beatrix. I kind of like that you confirm, not just for... Oh, success is a science. If you have the conditions, you get the result. That was the end of chapter 2. Okay. Oh, okay. That was the end of chapter 2. We don't actually have to go do the stuff. Okay. It's time for chapter 3. Let's play a little chapter 3. Yeah, me neither. Although, I mean, they have been doing kind of cliffhanger-y things, so it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense. Beat back the terrors of East London as Teddy Redgrave, monster hunter extraordinaire, deciding for yourself what makes a monster in the first place. Ew. Well, sorry, buddy. My main characters, I've just been using my regular voice, so you ain't going to be terribly, horribly bad accented Scottish no more. Okay, let's see what archetypes we have for Teddy. Hey, Mungo. Scottish. Our choices are... battle scarred. We got impulse. Battle scarred by military service. Teddy gained an appreciation for getting his hands dirty and indulging in his animalistic side. Scottish. Ingenuity. Ooh, that sounds fun. Losing some limbs hardly robbed Teddy of his shrewd mind and senses. An inborn sense of structures and systems helps him carefully negotiate delicate tasks.
I kind of like the sound of that.
Analysis. Ever the engineer, Teddy sees people, places, and happenings like machines, objects requiring close study to make sense of their intricacies. Hierophants, death, and the devil. Ooh. Tower. Empathy. Unlike Queen and Country, Teddy feels a connection to people. helping him understand and sometimes manipulate those whose paths he crosses. Okay, I like ingenuity and empathy, and we kind of already did. We went silver-tongued with Atticus, so I'm leaning into being a creative here. Yum. I'm kind of leaning into that. Analysis could also be interesting because it's... Let's see. Ingenuity, impulse, empathy.
Thank you for the self-care, Jack.
And then analysis, empathy, impulse. Empathy, analysis, ingenuity. Let's go ingenuity. I've kind of gone with like my initial, almost instinctual feeling for each character. So let's roll with that. You are Teddy Redgrave, monster hunter extraordinaire with a humble 4 walls inside an old clock tower. The furnishings are sparse in your dusty home workshop, with more priority given to machine efficiency than creature comforts. Mechanical odds and ends litter the floor like a second skin that will never get properly buffed. The simple single bed is for dreaming up inspiration, and the grease-laden work table has seen many a project to fruition. The neighborhood itself, Red Lantern Lane, is convenient for its quietude in the evenings, as well as being home to your favorite haunt, the Red Lotus. The lofted area is no trouble for a dwarf to walk beneath, and the wagon wheel window is a powerful source of daylight. For the tinkerer who is still hard at work in the wee hours, there are tensor lamps positioned about the room, training illumination on whatever invention is at hand. A Devil May Cry monger, Dante the Monster Hunter used the alias Tony Redgrave. Might be. You never know. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna tweak this just a hair. Nope. Yeah. There we go. Just a hair. There we go. No. Let's see what Teddy's up to. We got Otto. Oh my... Oh, we have a pneumatic mail tube. Let's go. A fascinating contraption. This is one outlet of a system of pressurized tubes which deliver messages more quickly and cheaply than a man afoot. You're jealous you didn't come up with the design yourself. Thought I heard a thunk earlier. Let's see what I've got. Read the eviction notice. Dearest Theodore Redgrave, we at Arsenal Engines are sensitive to the needs of the common man, but we much regretfully inform you of your imminent removal from the property in Red Lantern Lane to further the expansion of our industrial empire. Bugger all! Please be advised that you must evacuate the premises no later than January the 1st, or you'll be removed forcibly with prejudice. Ever marching towards a brighter future, Arsenal Engines. Someone's finally picked up Wayland's clock tower. But this place is perfect for me and Otto. At least it doesn't look urgent, but I should keep an eye peeled for a solution nonetheless. What's our junk mail? Cool! Looks like another junk missive. Okay, just make it... I thought it was just a general letter, but... Oh, gentle reader, a most alarming situation has arisen. Arsenal Engine's seemingly endless hunger for factory space is now threatening residents of our very own East End. Lord Braxton has set his sights on a block of tenement blocks, intending to put poor working families out on the street. I recall hearing the tenements have been without heat for months, and now this. Obviously it is, but it's enough to give pause. Yeah, it could be. The season grows colder, dear reader, but hopefully your heart has not. We pray that you will keep an open mind and wallet and generously support our Christian brethren in these difficult times. What's the Hunter's Writ got to say? Good tidings to you, Redgrave. It's a letter from Bixby. I'd recognize his scroll. I've a special job that's come up. The kind with cantankerous old dwarf written all over it. Something's running about upsetting the swampers and the sewers. From what little they're able to say about the blighter, it's not any species I know. Anyway, if it's got those hard-head spooks, it ain't no cane rat. This phrase, cane rat, large rat-like rodent ranging from 60 centimeters in length to 10 kilograms in weight. What if it's just a particularly terrifying cane rat? The sewers is basically one enormous machine, and so a gearhead like yourself should feel right at home. But be careful of the waters down there. Some places you think you'll get muck on your boots, but find you're in over your head. Ha! Yours in bravery, Bixby Browncoat. Ever the Jester. P.S. Did you and Redbeard ever get it sorted out which of you is the pirate and which is the tinker? Seems like a fair job. Now where I'd put that key. Ah! Here it is, for the warehouse door in Becker's Lane. That'll take me straight down to the sewers. Better make sure the trouble hasn't already spread. You never know with monsters. I'd better get going. Except not, because look at all this stuff we have to look at. I'm gonna look at everything and then talk to Otto. Hey, Agua. The good old dusty shelf where many an engineering solution was sourced. Some of these books are irreplaceable, it's true, from every far-flung engineering society in the world. Perhaps I shouldn't be so stingy about lending them out. Ooh. We're gonna try. Hey, Riots. Huh! I've been making some checks tonight. We got the tower, let's go! We're insightful now. That was worth it. Because that was the other one that I was looking into, like, focusing on. All these books are precious, true, but sharing such knowledge with others instead of keeping it to myself can make the world more enlightened. True, true. True, true. Let's look at the workbench. What we got going on over here? An inventor is only as good as his workbench, and this one's kitted out. Wrench, vise, and grommet, awaiting inspiration. Be back to you soon. Hands are itching to get back to my rule book, but I must stay focused on the present problems. Yeah. We'll get a little bit of empathy in there. Let's go have a look at the mirror.
Hi, buddy. Hey, baby. How you doing? There's a cat with bad breath.
In my lap. A cracked but still serviceable looking glass. That is a dwarf in tip-top shape. Every grommet accounted for and in working order. But a spick-and-span cove like me needs a loyal sidekick, so I thought, why shouldn't I make my own? Whenever that steel joint in my leg is acting up, I remember just how similar Otto and I are. Here it is, the cast iron battleground where many a shepherd's pie has triumphed over that bothersome nag hunger. Yeah, you missed the second chapter completely. Yeah, we finished Atticus's chapter. We just finished Clara's chapter, and now we're on Teddy's chapter. I presume, since we're leaving off on a semi-cliffhanger on each one, where it's not like it's in the middle of an action, but the characters were about to do something, that will then circle back. But I don't know. I presume so, though. And I also presume that eventually they're going to overlap. Let's see. Analysis or ingenuity. I hope someday Otto can taste my creations. There'll be a circuit for that, or I'll have to invent it myself. That's sweet. Let's go.
Let's go.
Alright. Let's talk to our boy. Here's the old bucket of brass, my pride and joy. Up and at him, Otto. There we are, purring like a happy kitten. I gave him like cutesy voice, right?
Top of the morning and good day, Mr. Teddy. Where are we off to?
By Alvis's hoary beard, we're setting out for a special treat, dear Otto.
Really? Well, I'd be more than happy to immortalize it with an amber type.
Interesting. Type of photography utilizes iodized collodion coating and silver nitrate. Oh, it's the silver nitrate stuff, yeah.
If we can get my vision upgraded, that is.
Blast, I knew I forgot something. Alright, let's get you patched up. Look for spare parts. There should be some nearby. Yeah, pile gears, let's go. He follows me. What a mess. I should think about setting some time aside for tidying things up around here. That's what I get for being so absorbed in my work. Right, so if I were a spare part, where would I be? I think I
see something a little more to your right.
Got it. Did such a fine job tuning your optics. Let's get to the... get this part to the workbench and get started. The automatons are cute. And I like that they're, like, around, but they're also not, like, everywhere. So they're still kind of, like, a special thing, right? Let's see. I have an old escapement mechanism, a pair of cogs, and hopefully lots of patience. Yes, this should do nicely. All right, Otto, come over here. This won't take too long.
I was designed to hold still indefinitely, so don't worry about me getting restless.
Brass shutter escapement. I've built a super ego. Hello. I've built him well.
Pleased to let you know the installation went smoothly. My vision for making images in low light has improved.
Let's go. Can we talk about the fact that a steam-powered machine is seemingly sapient? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're given, like, they're like, I have a such and such circuit, so I'm able to do blank. Like, that one in Atticus's was like, well, I don't really, it was a virtual or a morality circuit, so I can't comment on that. Music to my ears. That said, we're low on silver nitrate, so let's not make too many exposures until we get some more.
Note taken. Anything else you'd like me to keep in mind?
Yes, let's keep a sharp lookout for any spare parts while roaming about London. One man's trash is another man's treasure, eh? So, for us, we just probably collect those cogs, those gears we've been collecting. So,
my programming doesn't include the ability to disagree, so I echo your sentiment by default.
I've built him really well. Alright, let's go, Otto. We're heading out to Red Lantern Lane. The other side of the store is a hustle and bustle of London, so take care. I'm on my way. Lucky was the day you made a home in Red Lantern Lane, a nexus of exotic vices and London's East End. Not only is there an opium den, but a laundry, a bathhouse, everything you would need is close at hand. You'll never forget the excitement of finding the old clock tower abandoned and for let. Now it's hard to imagine any other home than this. Of course, the neighborhood has its less salubrious aspects, which the noonday sun rather brutally exposes. Every different kind of vermin and pest seems to congregate here, animal and otherwise. Doghounds, pimps, burglars, and sneak thieves all make this their nighttime home. Not least because the bobbies don't care to tread here, except for the special occasion of multiple murders, say. But none of the skullduggery and the want troubles you in the slightest. If the sight of your mechanical arm and heavy weaponry doesn't dissuade any potential troublemakers, the steely glint of your eye most surely does. Otto reminds me of New Vegas's Yes Man. Hey, not my fault, I can't say no. Yeah, basically. Okay. Well, let's pick some of these up.
Gimme.
Wonder who even keeps losing these. Seems like a conspiracy from Big Cog to sell replacements. Friendly disposition and a steam cloud of dumpling aroma. It's none other than Bowsy. Being Bowsy. She kept running the shop since after Whalem passed, but his grandniece Dolores checks in on her nowadays. She's your type, Otto? For discourse, I mean.
Answer pending. Care for some noodles?
Reminisce. Let's reminisce. I had some of your noodles once. Not bad, but they hardly hold a candle to what I can cook, right, Otto?
I lack the sensorial evidence for making such an assessment, for I cannot consume the delicacies you prepare on the stovetop. That said, I do trust that they are indeed delicacies, Mr. Teddy.
Ask if she's lonely. You doing okay there?
I am not feeling lonely because the two of you are in my presence.
Sweet.
Oh, we are pleased to hear that our company brings you satisfaction.
Poor Bowsy probably has yet to realize her master is no longer among the living. Jibe at Otto. Is it friendly? At least you can count on her company should something happen to me, Otto. Ho ho.
Oh, what shall happen to you, Mr. Teddy? Why should I count on her company?
Beard of Brooker, he's getting too curious. Not to worry, we dwarves live for centuries, but I'll explain in due time.
And me? How long will I sustain in this world?
Better let that one slide. Alright, Otto, you've had your fun, but we've a living to make. Yeah, I like the phrase, big cog. We don't have a reason to go to laundry, but we technically skipped it in Clara's chapter, so we might not get another chance to see it. I don't know. Dolores Chen's machine laundry is the place Londoners like having their clothes, if not their dirty character, washed and ironed. A presentable look determines fashion and survival. After all, people got their image and belongings with their lives in a city that had robbed them just as well of their reputation as their pocketbook. Hey guys, welcome in. Stepping into the laundrette, you're accosted by the reek of laundry sacks. Masking the foul odor is the smell of honeysuckle soap, preferred by Dolores. From behind the counter is the loud rumbling of laundry manglers, mixers, pressers, and steam washers. The heat from the soaker tubs and ironing boards delivers a wave of steam that beads your brow. The laundress herself is a woman of some importance to the locals. Beyond her skill with a washboard and needle, for all her dour attitude, she's spoken of with respect on Red Lantern Lane. You can't help thinking it'd be best to stay on her good side. Alright, what all we got in here? Dressmaker's dummy? A common dressmaker's form, essential kit for tailors and seamstresses. Unclaimed clothes, huh? A tidy row of clothes left behind by customers. I don't know if I'm allowed to go back there. Let's just say hi to Dolores. Ah, Dolores Chen. Liable to bite my head off as soon as I look at me, but she's a good sort. Just like scrubbing stains to find clean clothes underneath. Ah, Teddy Redgrave. Should have known you'd walk in. Soon as I got done mopping the floor. You and your metal friend leave oil stains everywhere you go. Dolores, you know that machines and I are inseparable, isn't that right, Otto?
Oh, that's right, Mr. Teddy.
Spare me. Still, I don't want to give the impression that I turn away anyone who isn't clean from top to bottom. Otherwise, I'd be keeping all of London at bay.
Oh, we promise to tread lightly.
Was someone smoking opium here and picking up the scent? I'm not gonna be like, are y'all opiuming it up in here? Don't worry, Dolores, we were just browsing a little. See that you watch your step. Ooh, I can't talk to him. Alright, well we don't really have a reason to be in here, so let's go. Neat. Okay. Bathhouse.
Can we take a bath?
A bath before heading into the sewer seems like the wrong order of execution.
Yes!
This path will take me to that canal bordering the slums. The canal might be polluted, but at least it's access to water. Only people who live there are those who can't afford to live anywhere else. Wow, losing hope. I guess we should go to the overground station, eh? I already forgot. Let's see. I think Beggar's Lane. Yeah, the warehouse. I think it was Beggar's Lane. We have been to Beggar's Lane a couple times, so even if this is slightly different, we're gonna continue to save my voice. Dante's shop. Have I been? I don't think I've been in here. Storefront's frosted window panes shield the interior from the gaze of passerby. Hiding the merchandise from would-be shopbreakers, especially important now that Dante hardly opens up. Must be too busy with his new position at Arsenal. Yet Dante is not one to neglect his business. Just how pressing can this work for Silas be? Old socks.
What's going on, old socks? Ooh, look at that. The car just went by.
Dusty old socks, somebody tossed aside. One fair thing about having just the one leg is that my socks last twice as long. And it's hardly a bother if one loses its mate. Julie and Bertram O'Brien, right, so the missing orphans. As I know very well from the war and Zululand, when someone goes missing, it's often for good. A corpse? Holy shit. Doghound corpse. Called it quits and left this mortal realm.
Is that Doghound taking a nap, Mr. Teddy? I feel like I picked the right voice for this guy.
I'm afraid not. Seems this one has had too many drinks and couldn't handle the load. He's fitted with all sorts of advanced enhancements. I say we loot the old blood bag. He won't be needing that tech anymore. As long as I don't mind picking over a corpse, there is indeed highly saleable pressure valve in easy reach. Gimme. Had to wipe the blood off.
Mr. Teddy, is this a part you could integrate with my systems?
Aye, Otto. Sharp lenses on you. This one here is a high-pressure regulator. Henry Ford's doing, I believe.
So I might get an upgrade?
If it's a good fit, worth trying out back at my workbench. We lost hope, but it's okay. I forget what this charity flyer has to say. Old leaflet from the Christian Mission. Never enough to go around. It's the same story everywhere. We take pity. Poor souls. Folks back at rock bottom with no other choice. At least someone's looking out for them. +5 hope. This rule may suck, but hey, free shiny! Charity's only a stopgap. We need real change from on high. In the meantime, for those who can spare a few shillings, it doesn't hurt to give. Scattering of liquor bottles empty the last drop. Somebody had a bit of fun here. Yep, Atticus did. Seems to be a padlock on that door. In fact, it lightly got smashed by some lout. Guess I won't be needing Bixby's key after all. Yeah, I might have done that as the Minotaur. At the foot of the stairs, you're greeted by the smell of musty crates. Oil lamps are propped up on barrels against the walls, beating back the shadows in what little way they can. Cane rats scurry through the nooks and crevices, ready to defend their territory with teeth as long as knives. You can hear the churning of distant machinery, most likely the pump house. In the sewers further down, a flickering light shines up ahead, which is of course the furnace around the corner. Despite the heat and close, humid air, you feel a bone-deep chill. Nevertheless, you take another step. What else is a hunter for but to quell the creatures looking in the shadows? If it isn't the consequences of someone else's actions. Yeah, we've been in here. And we couldn't get through because we didn't have the pry-bar in advance. Beat up crate that smells like an animal crawled inside of it to die. Even the mold couldn't keep plunderers from getting their paws dirty. Aye, someone fashed with this crate. I just hope they found what they were looking for. A round wrought iron lid that keeps folks from falling down holes. Nothing of interest here. Yeah, I tried to open it, but I didn't have the pry bar originally. But I did get money out of it, weirdly enough. Footsteps down below. I know who that is. It's the Bilgeman.
Oh, Teddy and Otto. 'Twas the shine of Otto's housing gave you away in this gloom. But what brings you here?
I could ask the same. Hard for a Bilgeman to do his job from up the stairs and next door. Bixby sent me a hunter's writ. Said you've got some kind of creature. Let's go with that.
Aye, that we do, and this loathsome beastie has run me straight off my job.
A hard man like you, difficult to believe.
You know I don't ever spook, not cane rat nor dockhound bothers me a whit, but this thing has me all afeared it has.
I'm sure you guys can't understand a word I'm saying when I do that voice. Spending all of one's time underground must numb one to shadows.
Haven't seen it plainly, but it always seems to keep to the shadows. But the cries are enough to drive a man to drink. The human cries of its victims and the, unhuman cries that follow it.
Speculate. Care to speculate what it might be? Has anyone tried to trap it or take it down? It's not some enormous cane rat, I hope. No challenge in that.
Horror, you are a card, Mr. Redgrave. No one I know is brave enough to tackle it, but if I were forced to speculate at it on its nature, it wouldn't surprise me if a werewolf was responsible.
Insightful. But the full moon isn't yet upon us. Werewolves only transform in the lunar cycle.
Normally that's true, but there's a lot we don't know about it. Perhaps there are some who can transform at any time.
How were the victims killed? What makes you say werewolf?
Ah, that's the worst part of it. No one knows. No bodies have been found, but 2 of my colleagues have vanished in the past few days.
I can hear a quaver in his voice. Poor fellow is terrified. Where can we find this creature?
Lurking about the sewers or the pump house, I reckon. Hasn't come as far as the warehouse yet. If it does, I may have to leave London altogether.
Let the hunt commence!
I wish you all the luck in the world, Tenny. You too, Otto. Be sure and see the pump house captain for a key. That is, if you are sure you want to go in there.
Terror in the deep. Oh, I'm chomping at the bit to meet my quarry. Nice reuse of animation and asset for the bilgeman there. What's going on with this boiler? The boiler uses the flow of the rainwater and sewage to generate steam, heating the walls and floors of the Sherlock tenements above. What's this? The boiler's hot, but the fixtures leading through the ceiling are cool to the touch. Another set of shiny new pipes has been rigged up, leading in a different direction. The steam is being routed elsewhere. Fishy! Looks like the steam is being routed downstairs. How about those glistening vats put down in the pump house? The pump house is the best control system in our near vicinity. If I were stealing steam, then I'd manage the pressure from there. Let's see.
Identity Hera. Function firing the boiler.
A stunning piece of craftsmanship. Hera, report. Aren't you a pretty little thing? I mean, no.
Boiler operating within normal parameters. Battery 78%. Addendum: slight pressure loss indicates steam is suboptimally routed elsewhere in the system.
What does this net me? Aren't you a pretty little thing?
New automaton. Greetings. New automaton. Identity.
Huh, didn't know there was a punch card for flirting. Come along, Otto. There's work to do. Method of storing data. Oh my god. Okay.
Affirmative.
To the sewers we go. All right. We are going back to the sewers. I love the sound of the level. Otto coming behind us. Ridden with mildew, this looks like a good home for cane rats. Bloody, filthy creatures, but rat baiting can be fun for those who can stomach it. A pit is filled with several rats, and beds are placed. No, that's awful. Watching small animals get torn apart by dogs like Tiny the Wonder? Not my choice for an evening out. Okay, good. Good. You're not into it. That's a good Teddy. Because that sounds terrible. Quite frankly. Okay, the water still seems to be up, meaning we're not going to be able to get in here, so let's keep going. I don't have to worry about bothering this guy. Let's go talk to, what's his name in here? If he's here. I don't see him. Is he just elsewhere? Oh, wait. Pool of... Oh, no. And an amount of blood one would typically only see in a war zone. That's a lot of blood. Unless the victim was a horse, they can't have survived. Christ, reminds me of the things I saw in G Company. The humble liquor locker, quite common in places where long shifts are the norm. A broad array of
A blood away.
of levers and switches meant to control the water flow, no doubt. Pressure's normal, water level normal, nothing untoward. The switch cuts the inflow from maintenance, which could be useful if I need to poke around the muck down there. Yes, let's lower the water level. Flick the switch. Because even if that doesn't help us, it'll help Atticus if we get a chance to come back here. Because we have that key that the girl gave us. This device lowers the water level, and the water's already been drained, hasn't it? It's useless to me now. Ah, oh, so Atticus technically could have tried to do it himself. Let's talk to the captain.
Who goes there? Mr. Redgrave, aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Heard you've been having some issues with vermin.
Aye, if you're fond of an understatement, as one professional to another, we're right buggered. 2 of our engineers have gone missing. Missing down here, I mean. Not out on a bender. And I'm very much doubt they're coming back.
It's too bloody dreadful to have happened by chance. Someone's at fault, and I'm afraid there's a good chance they got away scot-free.
I've had to lock the pump house down, no one in or out for 3 days. Our luck has held so far, but if one of the machines in there should malfunction...
If you're certain the creature's in the pump house, me and Otto need to get in there post-haste.
Right, naturally. Here, you'll need this key. Godspeed, Mr. Redgrave.
Aha, so that's where we couldn't go as Atticus. I mean, just... I mostly let the autosaves do their job, but... Yeah, let's go into the pump house door. An engineering feat of intimidating scope and cacophonous noise, the pump house is the mechanical heart of the East End sewers. In the greasy gloom, the layman is likely to meet their end in a dozen unpleasant ways. Among the shiny vats, thundering pistons, and enormous gears, there is a heavy outflow of steam from the many boilers. Be wary of tampering with the machinery as you creep through the shadows. You just might get snarled by some lurking monster, or blown away by a high-pressure explosion you hadn't planned for. Take extra care with this dynamic machinery. Any misstep could lead to eternal rest. Damn. Oh, speaking of, there's a severed arm, like, right here. Yeah, something is off in here. I smell a monster. Let's see. The side doors are both potential choke points when the creature shows up. Otto, you know the drill. Secure the perimeter with the traps. We should only need 2 traps as long as I keep an eye on the door behind me.
Task initiated.
Good. I'll head for the upper catwalk in order to have a vantage point. Oh, I was like, what? Oh, we're Otto! We're Otto! I thought I was like up on the catwalk looking down, and that's why the...
The odds of this arm coming back to life are next to nil.
A strategically sound location for a leg-hold trap. Let's set it up.
Arming trap. Choke point secure.
And then maybe somewhere over here? Trap point. No, trap point here. A strategically sound location for a leg hold trap. Hang on. Yeah, because if we... This will allow them to just go this way. Yeah, I think this is a good trap point. Effectuator 2 traps should be enough. I should step onto that raised platform and keep my lenses peeled for that monster. Hey, small meat. Is this where I'm supposed to be? And now we wait for the traps to do their part. Sucker Jones. Have I got you to thank for this? Ouch! The trap I set is firmly affixed to his leg. The device has merely inconvenienced him rather than immobilizing him entirely. Gratitude is unnecessary. We'll do Otto's voice.
Hey, small meat. Gratitude is unnecessary in this case. I am Otto. What may I call you?
Call me Sucker Jones. That's my name and I want you to know it before you die. I have never considered that the state of non-entity common to all organic creatures might be applied to myself. This particular organic creature is furious with me. Perhaps a distraction is in order.
You seem to be suffering multiple symptoms of a very unusual condition. What happened to you?
Well, I've been using a special serum supposed to fix the infection I got from this puncher augmentation installed in my arm. My boss, Miss Molly, sent me down to the pump outs to do a wee job, but something's gone wrong with the drugs. I've been out of my mind. This half-human entity must be suffering greatly, both physically and mentally. I keep blacking out, and I can't remember what I'm supposed to be doing. Every time I come to my senses, I start looking for a way out, but I can't even do that right.
Oh, that sounds very unpleasant and confusing. Maybe Mr. Teddy can help you.
Oh yeah? Whoever that is better act fast. The way this infection is spreading, I'm not long for this world.
Well, he was just here. I'm sure he'll be back soon. Usually, he's not the type to keep someone waiting.
Huh. Well, in the meantime, I'd be happy to dispatch a Tin Willy with his head too full of steam.
No, don't hurt Otto.
I wonder if I should be perhaps more of a distance from Mr. Jones. Somewhere up above, Teddy takes careful aim. The blast from the blunderbuss is quite loud, and the force of it temporarily knocks Mr. Jones from his feet. When he regains his balance, Mr. Jones stares at the stump where his mechanically augmented arm used to be. Ah, bloody hell, governor. Hear me out, please. I'm getting a raw deal. Yeah. Teddy leaps down from the catwalk. Looks like it was a giant cane rat after all, and I'm the rat catcher. It appears I am safe for the time being. Teddy's plan worked perfectly. He's hurt badly, but we're not in the clear just yet. Yeah, what? I want to know more about what's happening here. Ooh! Been getting these 50-50s. Well, give yourself up and maybe something can be done for you. Resist and it only makes my job easier. Appreciate that, Governor, truly. But the only thing what can be done for me is a mercy killing quick like. God, no, I can feel the hurts coming on again. Please, sir, end it for me. I'll have to do away with him, and if I am well enough, he won't feel a thing. Well, we got the Hierophant. We're meticulous. Pity it had to end this way, but there's no way I'm carting this fiend back to Bixby. Now we'll just gather the evidence. Auto activate the Ambertype module.
By your command.
It's a fine tool, that module. Now then, Auto, photograph the evidence so we can get out of here. And we got the devil. Let's go. We're just unlocking cards left and right with Teddy. Shame to see what used to be a decent man so overcome, but no sense in dawdling. Make the exposure, Auto.
Not to worry. I'll handle it, Mr. Teddy.
We should have the exposure by the time we meet with Bixby. Isn't that right, dear Otto?
Chemical development as quick as I can muster. But I'm low on silver nitrate.
Thanks for the update, old buddy. We'll get you some more from Nandy just as soon as we can manage. Well, I might take that arm. The design of Sucker's arm is remarkable, significantly different from my own devices, and unlike anything I've seen before. This is not typical of the Dockhounds' prosthetics at all. The torque and range of motion have obviously improved. The alloy isn't familiar either. How did a gangster like Molly get a hold of advanced technology like this? And to think it's being squandered on a common thug like Sucker Jones. This tech could potentially solve the chronic issues with my own augmentations. For example, the extreme and ongoing discomfort of regular use. Collect it! I should speak to Molly about this when I get the chance, and Dante might know something about its provenance as well. But first I'd like to have a little look-see myself back at the workshop. Alright. Oh. For a one-eyed cove, the pump house captain has a knack for dials and gauges. While in working order, the system functions almost autonomously. Captain should only need to pop in and out to check it now and again. Why can we look at the raised platform? That's so weird. Alright, back to the sewer. Let's go back up here. Instead of going straight up to Beggar's Lane, I did lower the water, and I'm kind of curious to check it out, you know? There it is. There's the hideout. Ooh, and a corpse. Give me corpse. Let me see the corpse. What happened to you? Dead body soaked in sewage. His uniform marks this unfortunate fellow as a sewer worker. It's been ripped just about ragged. As for his bootlace, it got snagged on a hobnail and he's stuck there. I thought I knew what stink was, but now I need to reevaluate. Make an examination? Look at me go! That's okay. Alright. Well, let's check out this hideout since Atticus didn't get to take any of the stuff from it. What's going on here? Some unfortunate soul has been squatting down here in the dark and the damp. Grim. Oh, that's all he has to say. Alright. I'm gonna say let's go back out onto Beggar's Lane, yeah? I was hoping to figure out where the flow of steam was being redirected, but there wasn't anything. You know what? Let me take another peek in the pump house. It would make sense if, oh, can't go that way. Okay. Seems like there's steam around though. I don't know. Where is the steam going? It shouldn't be going. Think about this platform was held up during that hullabaloo. My implants aren't exactly built for swimming, let alone climbing. Ooh, secret distillery. I just needed to check this out.
Hi, buddy. Are you coming out for your walkies? Yeah.
Cat is up. Secret distillery, a sophisticated distillery operation with ample steam pressure to keep things rolling. This has to be the destination for that steam I saw being rerouted upstairs. Molly's behind this. Has to be. She does seem to have left a firm impression on the underground. She and her dockhounds are stealing steam meant for the tenements overhead to power this gin distillery. But what can I do about it? Dwarf could do some damage here if he had the right tools. In this case, an adjustable steam-powered long wrench. I could do something about that, but let's see... Let's see if Dante has what we need. Yeah! Alright. Got 2 reasons to talk to Dante. Okay. Let's head up to Beggar's Lane and maybe we'll pause Sovereign Syndicate there for tonight.